Hey guys, how the frigs it going today? Well, it's Thursday here, guys, and I has a kitty. Oh my god, that was a loud one. You okay? Need a potato? I'll take that as a no. Yeah, she's a meat eater. Just like me. But decided today to film with the GoPro Hero 4. Now, I just put a brand spanking new battery in this damn thing. And by brand spanking new, I mean when I bought the GoPro Hero 4, it came with a kit with a spare battery, or 2 spare batteries, and some other crap. To be fair, I'm not 100% certain what it all came with, but it came with the 2 spare batteries as much as I know, and that's all I really cared about. So the one battery I had, it failed to do its job. Anyway, for lunch, guys, I made myself these lamb chops. They're okay. Wouldn't write home about them. Wouldn't even call home about them. To be fair, they kind of suck. But I'm gonna have those for lunch. Gonna rock a piss, wait for the dog to come back inside and go eat. Well, so far this battery's doing better than the other battery. The other battery by now would be reading 1 bar. Mom just sat there staring at me like I wasn't sure if he wanted to come inside or not. But yeah, the battery is still showing full on this end here, so that's pretty good. The battery's actually holding up. Such a shame that this GoPro got the crap kicked out of it though, like it's bad. These 3 lamb chops are not going to tide me over, that's for sure. They're kind of a joke. Tonight, guys, we're going to do some more decluttering. I know 3 back-to-back days of decluttering. I'm just trying to decide what I want to do. Target the kitchen or target the entranceway. Hell, maybe get both done same time. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go eat my food. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Alright, guys, it's freaking 5 o'clock. Work's over. And it's actually, the sun is just now starting to set. This is where I start getting happier, because the days get longer as days go by. Every day is another minute. So after 2 months, we get an extra hour of light. Now, you probably haven't seen me torment the kitten today. Hi. 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 But you probably heard me talking about how Ontario wants to get rid of daylight savings time. Turns out they did, but unlike BC, they got rid of it now. As in, come March, we won't be bumping ahead an hour. So last year, when Sarah and I used to go fishing, and we'd be out there at like 9:50 and the sun's going down, this year it's going to be 8:50 and the sun's going down. So that kind of sucks. It'd be really nice if they would have canceled daylight savings time while it was in order, while it was active, to give us more daylight time. Because that'd be great right now. Like, let's say the sun sets at 6 instead of 5. I could get off work and maybe go and give her a quick little dangle somewhere. You know, if Trail Lake would ever freeze up enough, I could go out there and drop a line in the water and, you know, take my chances at a fish at a nighttime bite. But they screwed up because, well, welcome to Ontario. But anyway, guys, I decided that what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up this area today. We're going to clean this all up and get this all straightened out. Now, I really wish I knew where I put my tripod. I have this one. I got the GoPro Session 4 on it. Really happy the battery's holding out on this GoPro Hero because I got the microphone mod for it. And I really did want to buy a new GoPro, but at the same time I didn't because I didn't want to spend money. But you know how it is. Anyway, I had to fix this GoPro case because it broke, so I used my super glue and fixed it, my Gorilla Glue. But it literally looks like I damaged it more than I fixed it, but it's working, so whatever. That's all good in the hood. Brought that camera with me when I went fishing so that I could set it up, or if I caught a fish I could hold it in front of the camera and take a video and talk about it, but I kind of never did. So anyway, guess what I'm going to do is wait for Stupid to come back in the house. Then we'll get another garbage bag ready. Because we're going to be filling another one of these bad boys. I literally want to go through, okay, not 40 bags worth, but if we do, we do. It is what it is. I want to go through as much garbage as possible and clean this mother frigger up. And get rid of a bunch of junk that I don't need. So we're going to go through what's up there. We're going to go through what's in there and what's in there. That's the battle plan. See, it's stuff like this. I've had this since like a long ass friggin' time ago. It's a USB steering wheel that's not force feedback. Logitech, mind you. Yeah, I'm going to throw it out because I remember I plugged this into my computer before I got my G26 or G25 steering wheel, or G27. I don't know what wheel I have, but probably the G25. And I remember I plugged this in and it was all over the place. The potentiometer in it was misreading. Could clean it up and sell it, but like honestly, according to that price tag, I only paid $25 for it at a used store. Yeah. She's going in the garbage. Alright, so now I'm going to take all the shit down from up here. I already took down my pull cues, but there's a bunch of other stuff up there. I have no idea what the heck it is. So let's pull everything down and I'll show you. So there's an old airsoft shotgun. I don't know if it works. I'd have to go out in the garage and get some airsoft BBs and test it out. As you can hear, it's seen better days. It's got a tactical scope on it here. Little laser pointer dot. It's a shotgun and it's also broken. You know what? Garbage. Same goes for this M16. No, it's not my good one. It's plastic. It's single fire. To shoot it, you have to rack it right here. You pull this back, clip it into play, and then pull the trigger. I don't have the magazine for it anymore. So, or if I do, it's somewhere up here that I can't see. Doesn't matter. It's garbage. Do you guys remember that crap back in the day called Amway? The pyramid scheme, where basically you bought stuff from Amway and then you get your friends to buy stuff from you from Amway and then you make more money because you... Well, this is pretty much Amway. Back in the day, my friends all got involved with this Quick Start company, which to beat the whole pyramid scheme idea, they called it network marketing. So you change the names, things become legal. So they signed me up and they sent me this thing here called prosumerism. And literally, it had some books in here. I read the book because the book was actually pretty good, but I never got involved. And like, there's my ticket to go to the conference, which who cares? And then there's like all these DVDs are like consumer versus prosumer. You can do this, like all inspirational bullshit, eh? Interbiz and your financial future, and then product loyalty. Literally just horse shit, and that's where that belongs. I did that back in 2004 when I got that there in the mail, and I looked it up and was like, I'm not getting involved in this. And they're trying to tell me how much money they're making, and I'm like, that's good for you, but no, you're not making that kind of money because you're spending more than you're making. And yeah, arguments happen and blah, 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 and next thing you know, they just stopped doing it too, so obviously I was right. Oh, I found a piece of wood here. I might be able to use that for something. I'm going to put that in the garage, because I might be able to use that there for a catch clean cook table or something. A good piece of wood. It's not like it's junk. What the heck are you? Oh my goodness. Look at this friggin' pirate sword or some shit. It's plastic. Like, it's not real. It won't cut me. Not like the other two that are up there. But yeah, Long John Dickweed, eh? Here's a weird one. This box addressed to my parents' address. It says computer parts. I don't want to show you the way bill. $57. It is fully taped. I never opened this. I have no idea what the heck this is. Do I have a knife over here? Yeah, one of the problems with ice fishing is with my snow pants. I can't put my knife on. So I stopped bringing it and just started using my multi-tool to chop up stubborn minnows that I can't pinch apart. I'm gonna sit you guys down right there. Okay, whatever it is, it's packaged well. Oh yeah, guys, this is an LCD panel for I have no idea what. And that's all that's in here, eh? Why did I order that? And it's at my parents' house, so it's before 2006. I've been sitting on this forever, and I don't even know what computer it's meant for. Fun times, eh? You know what I could do with that, though, is you can order a driver's board thing off of Amazon. They're like, you know, 14, 13 bucks, whatever. They're fairly cheap. And it plugs into the actual monitor, like into the panel. Then you can just build a bezel around it, whatever, and make a makeshift display panel. And some of them you can buy are USB powered, so you can literally make a wireless monitor or a monitor that doesn't require a power cable. You just plug it into the USB port. I'm going to hang on to this up here. I'm not going to get rid of that, because that I can probably use to build a project. But yeah, I didn't know what the heck that was, and well, now that I know, that's pretty cool, I guess. gonna put my art supplies on top of it. LCD panel, okay. And the rest of the crap up there, my 2 Cavalry sabers. My uncle gave me these. They're really old, really vintage, and real metal. They're ornamental, right? You just hang them up in your living room or some shit. And I got 2 of them. I got this one here and I got an orange one. He knew I like swords, so he said, here, take them. Because I do like swords. Oh my god, yeah. For Christmas one year, my ex bought me the Sham Wow. See, they actually tell you it's a sham right on there. Whatever, I'll hang on to it. I'll put it in the garage in the spring. Oh, it's Oriole's little bandana. He doesn't wear that anymore. Get rid of that. Okay, so now the fun part. I'm gonna dig into here. So I still have the Freedom Pad. I don't know what to do with that. I'll ask around. Maybe one of my friends is into vintage gaming accessories and I'll pass it on to him or her or whatever and they can enjoy it. But I do kind of want to build a monitor out of that panel now. It won't be awesome. It'll probably be like 1366 by 768. I doubt that's a 1080p panel from 2004. Hell, for all I know, it's probably 1024 by 768. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put the pool cues back up top. That back there is a case for another pool cue. And I had it, that's an old pool cue and my other 2 that I normally bring with me. So that's pretty awesome. I gotta say about this here cabinet that I like is you can take the doors right off. So you can just work within your area here and see what the heck you have. So I'll just put the doors back here, top of that bucket. And I'm gonna take everything out and sit it on the freezer here. And then figure out what the heck I'm gonna do with it. So let's pitter patter. Holy crap, guys. So the old diving masks here. I'm gonna hang on to those because I'm probably gonna use those this summer to go lure diving. I already took the snorkels out, but look what I found here, my old karate belts. I took karate back in 94, 95, and 96. I made it to orange belt, but I never bothered buying the orange belt because Sensei was military and every 4 years you move. So I made it white 1, white 2, and then yellow. And I managed to do white 1 in 6 months, white 2 in 6 months to yellow. And then yellow to orange, it took me a little bit longer. I was in it for about 2.5, 3 years. And then they moved. And that was some of the most funnest times ever was martial arts. And then shortly after that, not shortly after that, it was actually a long time after that. 10 years after that. A little longer, because the ex was living here. So probably 13, 14 years after that, we got into mixed martial arts with Marceau School of Mixed Martial Arts. That's where these things came in. These boxing gloves. They're a Century brand. The ex and I got into that. And it was really cool because on Mondays it was karate, on Tuesdays it was kickboxing, Wednesdays was weapons and tactics, Thursdays was kickboxing, Friday was whatever the class wanted. So you had 2 kickboxings. And on the kickboxing, if you didn't want to do kickboxing, you could do jiu-jitsu, which was like tosses and stuff. I liked the kickboxing. I found it was more of a good workout. Like he had you doing more drills and stuff. And I kind of like that because when you left there, you were just on fire. Your thermals were through the roof. Fat was melting off you. It was great. And the 1 week, I took the whole week off. And I ended up doing 1 of every class. I did the karate. And it was awesome because like I had my orange belt in karate. So we were doing katas. And the one kid was trying to get from white to yellow. And I remembered something Sensei Hennick told me about like when you do your turn to bring your arm down. I can't remember the name of the block. You use a Japanese name, but it's been such a long time that it's kind of left my brain. But I explained to the kid what Sensei Hennick told me without mentioning that Sensei Hennick was my sensei back in the day. And when I said it, Chris kind of looks at me. Chris Marceau, he's the sensei of the dojo. It was his operation, right? He looks at me and he goes, "You were trained by Sensei Hennick." And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "He was a tough son of a bitch, wasn't he?" I'm like, "It's one way to put it." That guy was rough, man. That guy was like, not as in he was a dick, but you did it his way. And yeah, he was military, right? And he was really strict. He had some basic rules. I broke one of them. Letting anybody out there who's going to get into martial arts know, do not date the sensei's daughter, because then sensei will use you as an example all the time. but he was trying to show off Bruce Lee's ability to throw a punch from like back here straight or from here to here and generate the same amount of power. So he came at me and he was only coming at me at like 10% power. So he's coming at me and he's punching. He's like, Adam, come up. And I'm like, okay. I come up and he's like, all right, now get in position. So I get in position and he comes at me, starts hitting me, and I'm just sitting there taking the hits. Like, I'm not blocking or nothing. He said, okay, we'll try and defend. Like, you know, try and block my shots. So I was putting maybe 10, 20% of them aside. And he's sitting there and he's hitting. He's like, you see, there's nothing Adam can do this close. And I'm only giving him light taps. He goes, but you can tell I can even hurt you. And I said, oh yeah, I can tell. Like, you're hitting me. It sucks. And he's like, but there's nothing he can do to retaliate. He goes, okay, Adam, go ahead and try and retaliate. And I guess he expected me to throw a punch, but what I did was I freaking bear hugged him. Now this is like a little Japanese guy, like 5'2", maybe 140 pounds. And there's me, 6'2", friggin' 220 pounds. I just pick him up, boom, bear hug him, squeeze the ever-loving shit out of him, do like a friggin' bear shake. He's flailing around, and then I just throw him in the air, just launch him, eh? He goes flying, he lands, rolls, like tumbles, and gets back up to his feet, and just stops and looks at me, and I'm like, oh, did you mean you wanted me to come at you karate style? Sorry about that. Well, holy shit. That was the dumbest thing I ever did. Because after that, let me tell you, he made an example out of me every freaking chance he could. Don't date your sensei's daughter. Would you guys still watch me if I had to look like this? These don't even fit me. Like look at the ear hooks. They don't even get around my head. Oh, probably not even seeing it. They don't even get around my head. It's like these glasses are kids' glasses. I used to rock these back when I was like just a little guy. Because my vision was shot. I was cross-eyed as frig. But like, wearing those, I felt like I should get a cane and start explaining heists to people. You guys remember me talking about my old green Focus, right? I'll put up some pictures and you can get a look at. Anyway, when I bought that car in 2004. Prior to that, I drove a brown Ford Tempo 4-door. And I literally wanted to get away from the Tempo because the story about the Tempo is it was a V6, 3-speed, and it chugged gas. I didn't realize there was a problem until I got my Trans Am and went, wait a second, why am I not filling this thing up every 3 days? Literally, guys, every 3 to 4 days I was at the gas station putting about $40 in the car. I thought that's what you did. It was my first car. When I drove Dad's car, I literally would go to work and come home. I never went joyriding with it. I never knew how much gas a car actually spent. So when I got my own, I didn't realize there was a problem. And then I got the Trans Am, and literally I was filling it up every 2 weeks. So I realized there was a problem with the Ford. Now, the Tempo was a relic. It was interesting. I literally bought it for $1,500 off my buddy Pete's grandma. It was a 1991 with the Vulcan V6 and a 3-speed automatic. And it had 31,000 kilometers on it. I bought this in 2000, yeah. So I bought it in 2000, and I drove it until 2004. I put a $500 paint job on it. Not myself, I had a guy do it. And then I went to Ford, and I had $5,500 in my pocket in the car. They had on their lot a 2001 Ford Focus LX 4-door sedan, manual transmission, and I shit you not, it was so base model, they listed rear defrost as a feature. There's the stereo it had in it. Notice how there's nowhere to put a CD or a USB. AM FM stereo, that's literally all it had. This car was base model. Now keep in mind it was a 2001, it was 2004 when I was going to buy it. They wanted 8600 and change, like 8699 or something. It was more than I had. I had with my car whatever they give me for trade-in plus 5500. So I went over there and I said, well, I got a 91 Ford Tempo, and he went out and looked at it and went, holy shit, like, he looked at the mileage and was like, you only have like 39,000 kilometers on this. I'm like, yeah, I bought it at 30, and I just kind of want to get into something a little bit more modern. Like, you know how these Tempos are, they're always braking and stuff, and he's like, yeah, we know. He goes, but he's like, I don't want to insult you. He goes, the best I can do is $1,500. And I was like, shit, that's what I bought it for. And I drove it for 3 years. Neat. Okay. So I was like, all right, well, we can do 1,500. And I said, and I got 5,500 and I want that Ford Focus. And he's like, well, I don't know if I can do that. He's like, that's taking $1,500 off the price. And I'm like, you can do it. Like and then I pulled the $5,500 out of my pocket. I had cash on me, $5,500 cash. Now keep in mind, I'm doing this transaction. My parents have no idea I'm buying a new car. I was living with them at the time, so I'm doing all this here, wheeling and dealing, and I'm talking to them and all this. And I'd only driven a manual once prior to that. My buddy Bernie taught me on his Golf, and that was it. And I was sold. I wanted a manual transmission because of how good they are on gas compared to the automatic. And I was sick and tired of all the money I was putting into that Ford Tempo for fuel and maintenance and all that fun stuff. I wanted something that was going to be a good runner, cheap on gas. Ford Focus it was. So, sure enough, I go over, I'm sitting there. He's like, oh, I don't know, Adam, I can't really do $1,500 off the price. You know, it's a good car, blah, blah, blah. And, like, it had 96,000 kilometers on it. So, you know, it had a lot more mileage than my Tempo. But it was also newer, and it still had a year of warranty left on it. So I flat out told him, I said, well, tell you what. He's like, what? I'm like, I'm willing to go cash. And I pull $5,500 out of my pocket. And I'm like, we don't even need to talk to your finance guy. $7,000, $1,500 for my Tempo, $5,500 here. What do you say? He's like, oh man, I don't know. I don't know. I started petting his hand with the money. I'm like, feels good, doesn't it? Feels good, right? And he's like, Jesus, Adam, why are you doing this? And I'm like, to let you know it's a good deal. Like, you don't even need to talk to your finance guy. I hand you this wad, the keys to my Tempo. You give me the keys to the Focus. We call it. What do you say? And he's like, oh, let me talk to my manager. And the manager, all I hear over the top of the cubicle, take the deal. And he's like, okay, you heard him. Take the deal. So that's how I acquired the Ford Focus. And it was friggin' hilarious because, see, when I bought the Trans Am in 2001, I didn't tell my parents I was buying that either. And I lived with them, right? So sure enough, it was my brother's friend who was selling the car. And I decided to go and take a look at it because I was looking for a muscle car like that. And Dad knew I was looking for a muscle car because he came with me a couple times to look at some. And they were right friggin' benders. Like, one had a hole in the floor that you could crawl through. The other one was just, like, it was bent. It was garbage. And I was starting to lose hope, and I was like, well, maybe I'll just not bother getting myself a summer fun toy. And I'll just, you know, whatever, save up money and buy just a really good car that I can drive all year round. And because all my friends had their summer cars and their fall cars and their winter cars, sorry, and I really wanted to go that route. And then it was my brother's friend divorces her husband, takes the car out of spite, sells it to me for $1,500. Bought the car, didn't tell the parents about it, kept it quiet. It was hard. It was right at Christmas time too. It was like December 22nd. Dad comes home from work. There's my Ford Tempo parked in the driveway. Pontiac Trans Am. Comes in the house, comes downstairs. I'm in my computer room, the basement, and he's looking around. He's like, do you have a friend over? I'm like, no. He's like, whose white muscle car is that in the driveway? I'm like, it's a 1988 Pontiac Trans Am, the car of my dreams, and I bought it. I freaking rule. Well, holy shit. He was like, oh, okay, you can't park that there. He just stopped and goes, you can't park that there. So he went and talked to the neighbor because the neighbor had an extra wide driveway that he wasn't using. And he let me park it in his driveway for the winter, for that winter, and then the year after I had to find my own parking for it. My buddy Brad bought a house with a garage that he wasn't using, so I literally paid him $25 a month to rent his garage that he wasn't using to store my car in the winter, until I bought this place. But yeah, a little bit of car stories for you. You know, I don't think I've ever shared those stories with you, and if I did, it was a long time ago, and there's a lot of new people on the channel. Anyway. Seeing that stereo brought back some memories, and I thought I'd share them with you, because that's what I do on this channel. Share my memories. Because one day I won't even have them. They'll be gone. Alrighty guys, I'm pretty much done with up here and up here. Got everything all straightened out. And I'm going to go ahead and seal it up. But I already started attacking the closet. And holy crap did I find some memories in here. Literally, the more I clean up, the more memories I have. And it's pretty awesome. I was kind of hoping... and there's still a possibility that it could happen. But I was kind of hoping to come across my gym bag. And I did. From when Joe and I used to work out at Good Life. You guys guys met Angry Joe a long ass friggin' time ago on vlog 200, but the audio got muted because we were at a car show and they were playing copyright music in the background. I was really hoping to come across the workout program that I built for us because it was pretty funny. I went from being a guy who knew nothing about gym to doing what I normally do, and that's over-researching the shit out of things. You guys should know that about me by now, that I have a bad tendency to go crazy and over-research and overindulge. And, well, that's when I came across this. Just a regular water bottle. See how the lid's blue? I used to pack this here with pre-workout C4. I'm not keeping that water bottle, it's spent. I just wanted to show you guys. But I used to pack it with C4, throw it in my gym bag, leave my gym bag in my car, because where I worked was at Onterra, which right across the street was the gym. So I could literally go to work, get off work, go to the gym. Joe was already there, because he would get there for 4:30 and do half an hour of cardio before we lifted weights, which, if you're going to do cardio, don't do it before you lift weights. That's like apparently the worst thing you can do, but we didn't know back then. So he would do some cardio to burn some fat off, and then I would get there, and then we'd go hit the weights, and we'd go through the program. It was a full body program: legs, chest, biceps, triceps, back, deltoids, like the whole body. And we'd do that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then Tuesday and Thursday I would just go in and run cardio for an hour, and he would do whatever. He wanted to work out every day, so I said, give her. Well, that's my luggage that I brought the blokes. I'm not sure what's in that box either. We'll look at that after. But like, look at all this stuff. And then I came across these gems. Guys, here's my shit kickers. My big lineman boots. These are my bushwhackers. Just tiny little things, right? This is you. This is the guy she tells you not to worry about. I also came across these. Last year I bought these. Brand spanking new freaking hiking boots. Look at the price. $12. Got them at a fire store. Treasure hunt. But yeah, I gotta go through all this. Clean all that up. Some hangers and stuff down there. Might bring some of those hangers upstairs. I could use them. But I'm honestly running out of space in this garbage bag here, so that's pretty cool. We filled another one, boys. Too bad garbage day isn't until another 7 days from now. But I'm going to go ahead and go through these gym bags. If I come across any gems, I'll tune right back in. I found it. Found the freaking workout. Check this out. So, there's 4 sets of 8, 8, 6, 6. And every time you came back in, you basically increased your reps. So, this one here, I filled out 1 row, but that was it. So, basically Monday, he did chin-up assisted, which was like this machine that had a weight on it. So, you could add weight to it. So, if you couldn't do a chin-up, you would basically so at the time I was 260 pounds. So I'm guessing I put 100 pounds and did 170. 70 pounds on the bench press. Really wish I would have dated this. So 70 pounds on the bench press. 85 pounds on the leg curl. Leg extension and decline sit-up were the same. And then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that's basically how I did it. So wide grip pull down, narrow grip. I don't know why I was doing bench press on pull down days. See, I wasn't too smart back then. But this is the old workout that I was doing. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then Tuesday and Thursday was strict cardio. It's a fun time. Look at him. He looks like a potato. Sweet, these boots totally fit me. I'm wondering if I can drive in them. They're fairly warm. These might be the ideal solution for ice fishing. Also found my old gym shoes. These things will be great for the summer. You can use them to, do gym shoe things. Still fit? Good enough. Alrighty. Another full bag of shit. There's still a box down there that I want to deal with, but that'll be another day because I ran out of room in this bag. So I'm going to take this out to the garage and then come back inside and make some dinner because I'm freaking hungry. So I'm going to do that now. Man, when I was going through the gym bag, I came across this stuff. Axe body spray Tsunami. I wonder if it still works. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, it smells like a douchebag. Friggin' right. I think for dinner tonight, I'm gonna have me some shrimp. They're pretty damn good. Gonna air fry it up. Pitter patter. Alright people, that's it. That's all we got for today. So that room is pretty much completed to a point. Got some more I want to do in there. Just get rid of that box. Man, do I ever smell like a douchebag. And yeah, next up, Probably gonna be this room here. Got some shit over there in the corner, all these pots and pans, all this crap up top. Got some old liquor in the back that I'm never gonna drink. Just all sorts of crap that I want to go through, clean up, throw out. Stuff down there, you know. Stuff down here, junk. Just go through all these cupboards, see what's in there, throw out what I don't need, minimize. Look, just looking behind me. Look behind me. Like, okay, there's nothing there, but there's stuff up top here. There's stuff up top here. All stuff that I don't really use, I don't really need, so I can minimize. And that's what we're gonna do. That's literally what I want to do, is reduce the amount of shit I have. Now I know a lot of you are probably thinking I'm doing this because I'm moving. No, I just don't like the clutter. I gotta start throwing out stuff, not hanging on to things. But one of the comments on a previous video, somebody mentioned how much you want to bet he sells all of his gym equipment this summer. Well, the person who said that obviously is just new to the channel and doesn't realize that I bought all this stuff back in 2018 and I use it heavily. Like back in 2018, 2019, it was pretty much an everyday workout thing until I realized that's a stupid thing to do because you'll actually cause problems and not grow. So I changed it up to working out every other day and been noticing a lot of bonuses. The only thing I've been doing every day is cardio. But as far as lifting and resistance training going and damaging the muscles to repair them to make them grow bigger, that has been an every other day thing, and that's been working out awesome. And the reason why I did that is because, number one, watching certain YouTubers like Jeff Cavalier and Juji Mufu, they basically said the worst thing they ever did was work out every day, worked out the same group of muscles every day. And the second thing was that thing I showed you of my plan that me and Angry Joe did back in the lifting days of 2004. No, it was actually 2002. No, I had the Focus, so it would have been 2004. 2004, 2005. When we were doing our lifting and all our working out, we were doing the split. And the reason being is because you have to recover, you have to grow. And my diet literally at the time was whatever protein, 50 grams of fat, 150 grams of carbs. And it was working. It was working awesome. Keeping low fat, moderate carbs, high protein. I was losing weight, I was building muscle, I was getting stronger, and I felt way better. So I've been getting reminded of the reasons why I chose the path I'm going down and why I'm changing things up. So cardio every day, not a big deal. You know, getting up, moving around, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to burn more calories, meaning you can eat more or lose more weight, which is something I want to do. Because by my birthday, March 15th, I want to be back down to where I was, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to get there. Even if it means another 31 freaking day fast if I take the whole friggin' month of February and just don't eat. We're going to do it. Even if I got to go, and not as critical, but do the old survival man of only having a meal after 3-4 days to burn that weight off. I'll friggin' do it. I'll do what I got to do. We'll figure that out. Anyway, people, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. Just want to mention this GoPro has been awesome. It's now showing 1 bar of battery life. And I never charged it once throughout the whole video. So that's pretty cool. I like this GoPro Hero 4. It does a pretty good job of video sometimes. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until next time, guys, remember, live to win, never give in. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.